the station that's working for you. Nick Vassos, Kim Burns, and Weather with Michelle Bogowitz. You're watching Fox 4 News at 9 a.m.
It's never too early to teach children the value of money and personal money management. Coming up after the break, an expert offers practical ways to teach our kids to be savvy money managers.
Welcome back. According to a 2013 survey, 28% of Americans say they have no confidence in their ability to afford a comfortable retirement. So what can parents do now to help our kids prepare for a secure financial future?
This morning, Mike Finley, he's a financial expert. He joins us with tips on teaching young and older kids to be money managers. And Mike, when you talk to young kids, how early and what do you recommend?
I would say it's never too early. The most important concept to really grasp here is the parents. They're the ones who are going to show that young person what to do. Rather than talk about it, which is important, it's to show them those daily habits on saving money, putting money away into a piggy bank. As soon as you get it, maybe half of what you get, immediately start that process of paying yourself first.
Fun or fund is one of your concepts. What do you mean by that?
Well, we have an idea that we should always have fun, and having fun's great, but funding your future is critically important.
Exactly. You're not going to have a whole lot of fun later if you don't have any money to do it.
That's exactly right. So teaching even young children that we want to plan for the future. We want something better than just this moment in time. And that concept develops habits that can take them into adulthood.
Another concept you have is birthday booster. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Well, in many ways, we tend to show our love through stuff. And sometimes this feels uncomfortable, but a child doesn't need 30 presents. And sometimes what they probably need more of is less presents and maybe more money that's going into a college fund, going into their future, because that gift will pay them back over many years and decades. That particular item that you give them as a present, that may last a few hours.
For kids who get an allowance, you kind of mentioned it earlier, but touch on it again, if you will, what we should do with that money.
Immediately save, right? Pay yourself first. Teach a child through your behaviors as well as what you're trying to help them see. You, as soon as you get that money, you put it away toward your future, a percent of that. And then you spend what is left for fun. But paying yourself first is so critical.
Moving on for the older ones here, and I guess we're talking maybe college-age kids here, so, something you call the 10% rule. What do you mean by that? Immediately
pay yourself. You see a little consistency here. Pay yourself first at least 10%, right off the top. Whatever money comes in, take 10% of it, put it towards your future, because your future is coming. And if you don't plan for it, well, it may not be what you expect it to be.
You also suggest something that not a lot of folks do right now, and that's living within their means.
Yeah. I spend a lot of time talking about advertising, and in many cases, far too many people are overly stimulated by advertising, and they end up spending all of their money. And that's a critical mistake. So living how to live below your means, one, pay yourself first, and two, understand that advertising, while it's coming at you at an accelerated pace, may not necessarily be leading you down the right path. The individual has to take responsibility to live below their means, to save and invest wisely for their future, so there will be a future that is worth living.
And of course, any good financial advisor will tell you that you need to have a written budget. In our remaining seconds, Michael, here, I want to show, this is your book right here. And on the cover here, it's a pink wig. And this is kind of a concept here that goes towards all of your thinking and all of the things that you teach young and old. What's it mean?
It means to follow your own path. Be your own person. Be willing to step away from the norm and live a financially free and happy life. And that is critical. And it's critical for a young person to grasp that image, that belief that I can do this.
Perfect. Great having you on with us this morning. Thanks for the good advice.
You bet.
Come back and see us again.
Thanks for being here. Great tips.